Hi, my name's Claire. My son Jed completed the Zing course 2 years ago. So before we completed the Zing programme, Jed was a troubled little child who lacked confidence. At school, the first thing we noticed was at school the teachers would have told us that Jed always would have been the crybaby at school. He always would have welling up and the tears coming to his eyes, and they also noticed that he spent the majority of his time looking out the window instead of concentrating on schoolwork. In fact, they even called him Daydreaming Jed at school. I think it just became such a thing with him. And they also mentioned that in the schoolyard, all the boys would play football in the schoolyard. That was what everybody did during the break. But our little Jed would be the little child sitting on the sidelines watching everyone play football, and he would make the excuse that he was the referee. And when we mentioned this to him afterwards, we don't know why, he just couldn't explain why he didn't want to take part. It just seemed to overwhelm him. So that, as a parent, that is troubling. It's upsetting to see your child not joining in and not having fun with the other children. And also his schoolwork was suffering as well. The teacher said his lack of confidence and apparent daydreaming, looking out the window. He wouldn't look at text properly, couldn't follow instructions, and panicked whenever instructions were given to him because he hadn't been paying attention. So overall, we were troubled by him. We knew that he was a clever little boy, but we didn't understand what the problem was. Once we started the Zing course with Jed, we kept at it very steadily. We didn't notice any changes until the 3-month mark. Once we hit the 3-month mark, it was the school actually had contacted us. And when I was speaking to one of the teachers, she said she'd noticed that there'd been an enormous improvement in Jed. And quite happily, they were able to tell me, first of all, that he started playing soccer and football in the school. So I was absolutely delighted. He mightn't have been the best football player, but he was in there, he was playing with the other friends, and he wasn't the referee, and he's never been the referee since. The teacher also reported that he wasn't staring out the window as much, which we were very happy about. And at the 6-month mark, that was when we noticed the biggest improvement. And again, Jed then at that stage with his sporting abilities decided that although he was taking part in soccer, that he decided he was more into individual sports, and he chose to go into karate. He's now involved in a karate club, and the karate instructor said that he is definitely one of their star pupils. He has an amazing amount of concentration, he has an enormous physical ability, he's very stylish, he has great coordination, and we are enormously happy about this because he loves it. And not only this, all his friends have joined him. So all the little friends he used to watch playing soccer are now following him into karate, and he's leading the games. We're very pleased. He also this year has joined Easky Surfing Club, and it's a small surfing group, and he surfs a couple of hours a week, and then during the summer much more intensely with the club. And he is definitely one of the talented surfers in the area, and that's something we're very happy to nurture because he's got a real love for it. So from a little boy who didn't take part in any sport, he really now is developing into quite a confident and competent little child in the sporting world. At the 6-month mark, the school called us in and they wanted to speak to us about the national testing that is done within Ireland. And with this, all the children sit a standardised test throughout Ireland, and the results are all compared with others within the whole of Ireland. And they were very happy to report to us that our little child, who used to spend most of the time looking out the window and daydreaming, actually came in at the 99th percentile. Now that, the school just said, is incredible. They said that very, very few children come in that spectrum. So we're very proud of him and very happy that he's happy and confident enough to have achieved his own potential. I would recommend the Zing course to any parent. It is such a small amount of time to devote to your child, but so worthwhile. It unleashes all your child's potential, and I also felt he felt the benefits of it as well.